Howdy gamers, it's me, Blue Raspberry Gaming, and the holidays are upon us, so, I'm getting a little lazy, a little less time to record and shit, but it's almost Thanksgiving, and you know what I'm thankful for? Digimon. And you know what? I feel like something people don't talk about, maybe they do in the Digimon sphere, but everybody's always talking about the anime and the card game. I want to talk about the original V-Pets, the Digivices, the little Tamagotchi that Digimon started as. For those you don't know, Digimon was a Tamagotchi series thing for boys. That was kind of the pitch. And they released these four original pets with an ensemble of Digimon that I kind of refer to as like the OGs. These are the fucking classics where you have your baby two, or as we call it in training nowadays, your rookie, your champion, and your ultimate. And that's as far as it went. No megas yet, no super megas, no any of that shit. But we just had a handful of Digimon. I just wanted to, maybe rate them, maybe talk about them, and that's where we're here today. First off, thank you for this website right here, Humulos. Humulos. Look at this. They just have so if you somehow happen to cross an original VPET, you could follow this and like get whatever Digimon you wanted as long as you have the things for it. Look, it's kind of hard. I've had a handful of the VPETs and they are tough. So, oh yeah, sorry, 5. I said 4. That was a great mistake on my end. But there's also a 6th that is like a weird Australian only thing. I don't. It's like it, I don't know. It's a weird one. Doesn't really count because it wasn't in the like original wave of these things. And these all came out, I think, before the anime. The anime was 99, and the VPETs started in 97 with the first one. And, they were a hit. As a kid, I remember reading. I liked Digimon because of the show, and I played Digimon World 1, and that was cool. But I had this magazine. It was like Digimon, and it was like talking all about Digimon, and I had this great in-depth article by somebody who picked up a VPET and played it, and they're like, oh, I get it now. And they talked about like the cards, the original cards, and a bunch of shit. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. But today, yeah, we've got a tier list that I've created. I'm just gonna do normal schmormal tiers, but we've got each of the original lines here preserved from start to finish, and we can, we talk about them, just rank them, just have a little look back at Digimon's history in the originals. For look at these fuck ass lines. Just look at original Gabumon's. He didn't. If we go to the thing, there's no where Garurumon, and like he can go to Kabuterimon and Angemon. I guess Garurumon, but there's no where Garurumon at all. Patamon cannot go into Angemon. There's no, that connection has not been made yet. There's no like plant guy because Vegimon's over here. It's weird. I mean, Digimon can always digivolve into many different things, but it's definitely like interesting to look back at where they came from. And let's start with the babies, with Botamon. Botamon, I look, he's fine. He's a very like middle of the pack digi guy. He's fine. He's in the movie that I like. I was like, oh, he's so cute. All these are in Digimon World 1, except for this last line. So Digimon World 1 famously uses the first 4 and not the 5th, not the evil 5th one. So, and it uses some other Digimon, but it's interesting that, they don't have the evil fucked up last VPET. But Bodemon is a fine rookie. I feel like he gets used a lot, or not rookie, baby? What do we call these? Baby? They're called like baby 1, baby 2, but I think baby and in training is usually what I say. I don't, he's fine. He's in the movie. He's cute. But who's cuter? Koromon. I can't put Koromon in an A. He's a baby. He's kind of lame. I think these two go hand in hand. They're very similar. You see Koromon much more. You know what I mean? Like he's just ever present in the adventure season. Whenever Agumon gets beat up, he gets turned into this shit. He bip ups around, and he's fine. It's a fine like first two eggs, like first two you know, because you always in the VPET you always go in the original ones at least. You would always go from the baby to the next one, and that does not change. And then every rookie is one that you get by not making as many mistakes, and one you get by making max out mistakes. So the original fucking Pikachu himself, Agumon, here he is. And I think he's like an A tier Digimon. I think he's, you know, people hate Pikachu, but you only hate him because he's popular. He's he's super cool. He's in everything. He's very prominent. He's yeah, does he have too much representation? Is he over represented? Maybe, but I think Agumon is cool. I think he does his pepper breath, and everybody loves that, right? Everybody loves that. I mean, look at the little guy. Look how fucking cute that face is. A face only a mother could love. He looks he looks so much more modernized now. Like if we just look at that, and then if I go another tab, Agumon. Look at this. That's not these aren't the same guys. Not the same guys at all. Crazy work. But I think a solid A tier. He's not like one of my all timers up here in the S tier, but he's fine. Betamon. The first, like, ooh, you fucked up, rookie. Can I put him down there? I used to really like Betamon, but I don't know. Why does he look like that? What's this? This fin. His colors are kind of weird. He's kind of scrungly, is what I would say. I just, you know, I don't know, man. He's not my favorite. He's not my guy. I don't often go like, oh, Betamon. I like what he evolves into, like traditionally, what they've kind of paired him with. But we're just talking about Betamon. It used to be like in the Digimon World 1, there's a lot of these Digimon kind of first ingrained themselves. Because he's not, I feel like he's not too prevalent in the anime. Because I think that's what was my experience with Digimon early on, was the anime and Digimon World 1. And those are my big, like, influential things. Greymon is sick. And definitely think he's like an A tier. Look at him. That's cool. His colors are weird. Orange and blue, I mean, they're complementary. They're nice. He looks sick. He's got, like, sharp teeth. He looks like a cool dinosaur. You have to fucking love Greymon. And if you don't have a little bit of a soft spot for Greymon, you don't probably like Digimon. I feel like he is there's like a couple different ways Digimon go. And in these original, we're missing one of the core tenets of Digimon, which is Big Titty Woman. So that's not here yet. We haven't even discovered that facet of Digimon. But originally, we were either dinosaur or evil robot, or like so we had a lot of like dinosaurs, robotic shit. A lot of more creatures in original Digimon, as you can see. But he's like the cool, sick, nasty dinosaur. Look at this Bigfoot. Why the original art looks insane for these guys for what they like look like nowadays. If you pull up like a Digimon card or a screenshot from the show, you're like, that's not what Greymon looks like. But he was cool. He's cool. He was a cool guy to strive for because I feel like he's harder to get. He's more elusive. Back in the old days. Now he's everything. And we have Devimon. Devimon fucking rocks. Devimon is in either one of the originals, so these are all the fucking original Digimon. He's the evilest evil guy you've ever seen. He's just a fucking devil. Like, look at that. Ooh, look how spooky he is. He's so cool. I fucking love Devimon. I play a lot of purple decks in Digimon. he was so hard to get in Digimon World 1. I feel like you could only get him like through like weird shenanigans. Which back in the day, let me just say, Digimon World 1 is an archaic gibberish game that makes no sense and gives you no information on how to get Digimon in the game itself. And the only way to kind of manipulate what you wanted was looking up guides and kind of following them. But a lot of times, back then, guides were like wrong or missing information. So it's just like, I don't know how to get this shit. So he was always so elusive because you have to like have a Digimon, you have to like, have like an Angemon die or some shit, and then you get Devimon. So I don't know. He's really cool. He's really strong. Love him. Boom. Airdramon. Airdramon. I think Airdramon's lame. I think he's kind of poopy. Why does he look like that? I don't know. Do people like Airdramon? He just kind of takes elements of other Digimon that I like more, but I guess he's like a original. But what is this? Why is his wings got holes? Why has he got a weird? He's got a lot going on. He's kind of lame. I feel like I don't see him much. He was another one that's really weird to get in Digimon World 1. So I just don't he never stood out to me. He's never been a Digimon that's really called to me. His he's usually paired with like the Megidramon and Gigadramon as like their prior evolution, which I also am not too fond of. So I've never really found myself with him. Numamon. Boom. Numamon is our first example of a like poop Digimon or trash Digimon. These guys, did the evolution chart throw it? So if you don't meet a condition, so you fail anything else, like every other condition on your Digimon, you will get the mistake of Numamon. There's so the mistake ones: Numamon, Vegemon, Sukamon, Nanimon, Raremon, and Geckomon on this one. But again, we're not talking about this one. But those Digimon were all fucking like they're the fuck ups. You don't want this. Digimon World 1, I had him so many times, just unable to figure out and parse the game. But he is like iconic. He's the one that I think stands above the others. He's had like he's had so much screen time. In the card game he had a like tier 0 broken deck at one point, which is crazy. He was like tearing up the competitive scene. He's been like in I think every Digimon game. You'd be hard pressed not to find Numamon in it in some way. But he's lovely. Look at how gross he looks. I love his stock eyeballs. Love his weird teeth. I love his realistic teeth. Just he is a fucking banger. Tyrannomon. Now, Tyrannomon is I don't know. I'd knock him down to 1. I think he's not I think he's kind of lame. And I think there's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, Tyrannomon, he's so cool though. Look how I don't like Greymon, but I like Tyrannomon." No, no. There's a reason we have Greymon. There's a reason that he's stuck around. Tyrannomon he's lame. He's not lame, but he's not like great. I feel like he's cool, right? He's fine, but he's so unremarkable to me. He's just a dinosaur. I don't I'm glad he exists, but I don't often find myself using him. I don't often find myself like, oh my god, Tyrannomon, that's what I want. If I had this VPET, I'm getting kind of annoyed if I get Tyrannomon. But I'm not getting annoyed if I get Meramon. Meramon is so cool. Like this is let's get some fucking Meramon art up in here. Like look at this guy. The fucking stitching on the mouth. Look at that. I love that. I love it. He's just fireman. He's so fucking cool. Get these tabs. But he's sick. I loved him in his the boss fight in Digimon World 1 where he's just like in a cave freaking out, having like a panic attack, and he's like, "I'm gonna fight you." And I'm like, "Yeah," and then he becomes a chef. He's usually a chef in these games. I don't know. I don't get that, but he's got some all right shit later with evolutions and stuff. He's usually just like a villain guy. I feel like he doesn't. He's like a generic villain Digimon you can fight, but as a design wise, just Fireman, fire that walks like a man is sick. Then Seadramon. I adore Seadramon. He's one of I think my favorite just Digimon in general, Digimon lines. Like I have to put him in the highest, the S tier. He's just a perfect design. Like look at him. Like as Pokemon go, I love Gyarados a lot. So I feel like that's to count for something here. He's just the Gyarados of Pokemon or of Digimon. And he's look at him. Look at him. Oh, he's menacing. He's just a sea serpent. It's simple, but they hit it in one. I feel like he again is just like a monster bad guy Digimon that shows up a lot. I really adore a lot of his evolutions. I think they're really cool. And of course, for that, he has to come right here. He has to be in the top. And then we have our 3 ultimate Digimon. So you always get one like normal one, the one of the mistake Digimon, and then a little guy. And that's actually just kind of how they all the V-Pets do this. So if we toggle this to their original sprites, they're all... So look at the last spot. They're all just little guy. They usually have like dinosaur, little guy, and a weird thing in the middle. And our big dinosaur is Virus Metal Greymon. So this is Metal Greymon. You're probably used to him looking like this. I don't know why I've put the space there. Orange and, iconic. But originally, he looked like this. He looked cool and evil and purple. And the cool evil purple one, I'm ranking these too high, but he is sick. It's just this is what a Digimon is in my head. It is a dinosaur machine, overly edgy, like fucking mass of bullshit, and he's cool. Imagine if like imagine how cool this was as a kid. I mean, you were just looking at this. No, you were just looking at this, but when you saw the artwork, you knew you had this, and I bet you could rock up to kids and just fucking obliterate their days with this death machine. Monzemon. Now I like Monzemon. I like other Monzemons better though. I'm a big fan of Waru Monzemon, the evil one, or my favorite, Pandamon, who is a Monzemon. Let's not get it twisted. He's a Monzemon, but he's cool. He's the first bad evolution. So the gimmick was always you for every ultimate there's like a certain number of battles you have to fulfill to get it. So there's no different ultimates you can get. Every guy can go into one of the 3, and Numamon can only go into Monzemon. And it's really hard to win the battles and keep your Digimon alive because Numamon sucks, right? And Monzemon was like the first, like strongest, because these ones are always stronger than the others too in the original V-Pets. So for a time they were like the strongest Digimon, which is interesting. But he's cool. I like him. He's iconic. I feel like he doesn't like he gets a lot, but not like a main character esque Digimon. He's like a villain of the week, big toy guy. Now I like him a lot. I just think that he's maybe he has better ones. I love Shin Manzemon. His evolution that he gets like 20, 30 years later is really cool. I like stuff about him. I like Numamon a lot. But I mean Manzemon's cool. He's cool, right? He's really cool. He's cute, big and strong. Love that. And then our final guy, just Mamemon. Now, if you know me, I like Mamemon a lot. But Mamemon vanilla, just Mamemon, he's fine. That's just a little guy. right? That's just he's a little happy guy. But there's a billion Mamemon, and he might be my least favorite of them. I don't know. He's vanilla, and nothing's wrong with vanilla. But oh, no, you're you're in this tier. Yeah, this is where you belong, and it's fine, Mamemon. You're not the. I feel like if you like Mamemon, there's Mamemon coming up who might be ranked highly. So I don't know. This is the original VPET. This is where it would rank in mine. I'm gonna end with that fucking Greymon or Monzemon. But these guys are sick. These are sick, and so we have to move on to the next VPET 2 with Punimon. Disgusting. I don't like Punimon. Why? Woo! I don't like his nipples. Get those out of here. So Sunomon. Sunomon's fine. I think he looks impractical. I could. I don't know. His horn's so big. How does he bounce around like this? He's fine. Eh, right? We're starting off not great. Gabu Gabumon. Oh, Matt, what are we gonna do this episode? He's a perfect B tier Digimon. He's like fine. Gabumon's my complaint with Gabumon is I like the Garurumon line. I think Garurumon's cool himself. I think everything's good, but he's got too much going on. So first off, he's like a weird little reptile that's wearing the pelt of a wolf. Then he has a horn, and he's got like weird paint shit. And it's just Digimon often have just shit all over them, and are overcomplicated designs. But I don't know, Gabumon's just a little too weird for me. I think he looks better like when they gentrify him and make him look cleaner. Like Gabumon now. Like that's in the show. Look, that's cute. That's fun. This is fun. You clean up the lines, but this is kind of scrungly, kind of fucking a scribble. He looks kind of yucky. I don't know. I feel like it's the exact same design, but the original Gabumon kind of fucking weird looking. And even if I like factor in Gabumon now, eh. Elecmon. Elecmon's a Digimon I don't give a shit about. I'll say that. I know famously he's like Leomon's guy. Not back then. Not back then. And even in the newest game, he can't go into Leomon. He's like the main character Digimon, which is weird. Elecmon just what is he supposed to be? Like a little he's just a little creature. I don't get this. I don't get his fan tail. But I don't hate him. I just don't like I wouldn't pick up this VPET because these rookies suck ass. Kabuterimon. What do you? He's just a bug. Again, he's got a lot going on, from his horn to his like multiple wings, multiple hands, weird exposed leg muscle things, like exoskeleton, couple sets of teeth, no eyes. Like it's just a lot to look at. And as a kid, I famously, not famously, I famously talked about Digimon all the fucking time. Also, get this out of here. He was never my favorite. Tentomon, no. Nuh-uh, no Kabuterimon, don't want him. Angemon. Angemon Angemon's certified sick. He is the angel to Devimon's devil. He is the justice Digimon. He's so cool. The angels are all I love the angels in Digimon. I think that's a fun thing. I just love like Bible kind of Christian imagery in my Digimon. I don't know why it's like so prevalent in Digimon. Like angels are such a big thing, but it's where it starts here, and you have to pay your respects. He looks cool. Angemon is also a bunch of shit. Let's get a better picture of Angemon because he also just has shit going on. So he's got his big iconic staff wrap around his arm. What are these fucking things on him? A belt with a kilt, knee pads, golden things, his long flowing golden hair, weird boots. He's just a gibberish. He looks gibberish, but for like a biblically accurate angel. That's what they look like back in the Bible. So next, Birdramon. I don't like Bertramon. I think he looks weird. Everything Marimon has, but like worse. I don't know. I just don't. I've never been a big fan. Sorry, Sora. Sorry, Sora fans. No, no. Bertramon's kind of ass. He just not a fun. I don't know. I just don't like him that much. Fucking sue me. Vegemon. I like Vegemon a lot for a failed Digimon. I like his variation Weedmon, which is I think funny. He used to be a funny card back in the Digimon card game. I interacted with him a lot. Feel like I see him a lot in the Digimon games. It's usually the Digimon World games where he's like a meat vendor or like a farmer. So he's always fun. It's a fun design. He's just a weird little fucked up plant. It's like not my favorite thing ever, but I really respect it. I really respect it. Garurumon. I really like Garurumon. He is just a wolf. He's just a Digimon wolf. But it's such a strong design for me. He was always so cool. I always liked when they ride around on him like a mount. He looks sick. I just it's simple too. It's not we're not doing too much with Garurumon. That's why he really stands out among some of these fuckers. Frigimon. Frigimon is fine. I used to really like it as a kid because I'm like, oh yeah, snowman. But he's just like a whatever Digimon. Like what? I don't know. He has like the one episode in the show that makes you kind of like him, but I don't feel like he ever gets much. He got like a full evolution line nowadays, where they've kind of padded him out to make him a proper Digimon. Not a proper Digimon. Digimon just are. They can have no evolution lines or whatever, but he's fine. Digimon just like he's below fine for me. It's like he's just a snowman. I don't know. It doesn't do much for me. And then back in the day, Waymon was a champion instead of an ultimate like he is now. And I like Waymon. He's got the Kabuterimon. If you ever let me get these two next to each other, they look very similar in like color scheme, and they've got the weird shit with the teeth and like the exoskeleton. I think I could put him there. I don't know. Waymon's just fine. It's a Digimon I don't think about. It's just a whale. It's pretty simple. I don't know. Or Garurumon, I think he's cool. Waymon, I'm glad he exists. I'm glad he's like usually a mode of transport, but he's not my favorite guy. He's very middle of the road Digimon to me, where I'm like I'm happy you're here, but there's better things. And then on to the ultimates. Skullgreymon, easiest S tier of my life. He's like a skull metal Greymon. He's just bones. He's so fucking sick. Like I feel like I don't need to talk much about Skull Greymon. He's the evil evolution of Greymon. What if Greymon was fucked up? I mean that's already Metal Greymon. But what if he was even more fucked up? And then Vademon, the evolution of Vegemon originally. Look at this disgusting fucking creature. Now, I don't like Vademon, like, because he is offensive to look at. He looks gross, but he's kind of funny. I don't know. I don't wish he was like. I don't know. He's disgusting. I'm gonna stick with my gut. And Vademon's so yucky. Vegemon gets better when he gets turned into a plant and shit. I don't like when Vegemon turns into this. I would be unhappy if my Vegemon turned into this fucking thing. And then our final one, Metal Mamemon. Easy, another easy S tier. For a line that like kind of padded out the lower ranks, like this VPAT, the ultimates hit hard, except for Vegemon. But two fucking S tiers. Look at Metal Mamemon. He's Mamemon if Mamemon was cool, if he was a Digimon. Like Mamemon is just so vanilla, like, oh, I'm a punch guy. But Metal Mamemon, he's got his fucking sick blaster, his Freddy Krueger claw. He's got everything. He's got this metal armor. Fucking love him. On to our third VPET. We have what the fuck is this guy? Poyomon? Yeah, Poyomon. Poyo. Poyomon's cute. Poyomon is look at this. He's just a little like jelly like a little sperm. But he's adorable, little jelly droplet thing. He's one of my favorite of the babies. He's just cute. Then Tokomon. I'm glad the original art shows you this so I can explain. Tokomon is yucky. I don't like when Tokomon does this. That Tokomon shouldn't be doing that. He's so cute. Oh, why does he has little fangs, but then if he opens his mouth, he has a fully like fleshed out fangs and shit. I don't actually I'll bump him up for that. The fangs are it's kind of funny. He's like, "Oh, he's so cute and unassuming." And then he freaks out. It's like that enemy from Kirby where it's all like cute and then it like rah. But Patamon. I do love Patamon. One of my favorite rookies. Patamon's great. What is he? He's a friend. He's just the friendliest Digimon you've ever seen. He's like a little bean guy with wings. Turns into Angemon. Everybody loves Patamon. It's one of my favorites from the original. Right? Because he's so like elusive and cool. Because he's like, I'm a little weak guy, the bubble thing, and then he turns into super strong Angemon, and you're like, oh, that's cool. I like his colors, like the orange and the white. Kunamon. Kunamon's a yucky little worm, which I'd put down here. I think he's fine looking. Are these his eyes, or does he not have eyes? I don't know. A lot of the bug Digimon, I'm a big fan of plant Digimon. Bug Digimon, usually not. And like, he's just kind of yucky. He's just a caterpillar. He's very caterpillar with like lightning bolt stripes, but he's fine. Unimon. I do not like Unimon. Unimon looks weird. I've never liked it. I'm not a big fan of horses. Like, I think horses in real life are fine, but like a horse design and like creatures and stuff in games, I'm like, eh. He's a unicorn with wings. He's more of a Pegasus mon, so he's got wings. Eh. Not great. Not one of my favorite. Ogremon, though. Where you're finding out I just like Digimon, but Ogremon is cool. He's a famous bad guy villain in the show that reforms, and he's just a tough guy. He's so gross and disgusting with random bip boppers and leather and his bone club. But he's just a cool Digimon. I love Ogremon. I love using Ogremon. I love when he shows up in things. He's got a very big role in Digimon World 1 as like a reoccurring villain. Shellmon is yucky. It's another yuckoid Digimon. I have to. I'm sorry. I don't like Shellmon. I feel like if you touch Shellmon, he'd be slimy. I don't like that. He's like a villain Digimon. His weird shell thing. What's in there? I don't want to see that. His fucking yucky green hair. This the disgusting looking Digimon. I think they're doing a lot of shit that I just don't like. Sukamon. So our third like evil failed poop Digimon, and you see they've already introduced Chumon in his art. Chumon's already there, but he didn't exist yet. I guess it's like a full separate entity. I love his weird belts around his arms, his rings around his fingers. He is a poop, and he's lovely for it. Him and Numamon just hand in hand are just some of the best. Centurimon is weird. He's like the centaur guy. I'm gonna give him a middle of the road, a B. He's fine. I don't think about him much. I just think like I don't get the blue fucking things. I like the helmet, I like the gun arm, I like the chain. I just don't get like his regular body. It looks kind of weird. Again, he's a horse thing. I'm not super a fan of, but Bakemon, the first ghost Digimon. He's cool. He's an A tier. I like him a lot. He's not one of my favorites. I like that he's just a sheet. He's just like a little sheet, possessed. He's spooky. They didn't do too much though. You know what I mean? Like they're not overly complicating him. Like I feel like Centurimon's like a lot of fucking over designed and that's hard to draw. But Bakemon's easy. It looks fun. And then Dremogimon. Dremogimon is a Digimon I really like. He's big in Digimon World 1. He's like early on. So, every time I played it, I would see him. He's simple. He's a mole like drill thing. He's got drills on all of his appendages, and he just digs, and that's great. Simple. He looks cool. He stands out. I like him. On to the ultimate. Andromon. Andromon, I'm sorry to say, I don't like him that much. I don't think he's awful. I think he's boring and lame, though. These Digimon, I think, are like yucky, awful, don't like. But Andromon, no. He's fine. But Edamon, if there was, I know, I'm not putting these in like order. I'm not ordering them in each tab. But if there was, he would be up here. He'd be my favorite. One of my actual favorite Digimon. I think like the evil monkey, but he's also like a puppet. And then he has like Monzemon as like a little doll. He's just so strong. The sunglasses, the Elvis impersonations in the anime. He's super cool. I fucking love Edamon. I could do a whole video on how much I love Edamon and all his shit. Sukamon going into him makes him even cooler. We have King Edamon, Metal Edamon later. Like he's fucking sick. Giramon. Giramon is a weird little guy. If you remember in Digimon World 1, he's like a late game boss, but a real interesting a little tidbit for you Americans, or me American, is that once you beat him, he joins your little city. If you talk to him, he will crash your game. And it's just a bug that's in the American version. Don't talk to him after you've recruited him. A weird thing. They're like, nobody's going to make it this far in the game. He will just. Don't do it. But he's the floating little guy. He's not a Mamemon. This time we had a couple Mamemons. Not this time. I like his bomb. I don't understand. I think it's like supposed to be like a mine, like an underwater mine. Or just like a dog toy. I like his chainsaw. He's not like a S tier for me, but he is like a cool Digimon. I feel like he doesn't get a lot. I feel like we've never got like a cool mega for him. I feel like a lot of ultimates back here when this was like this is the final stage have gotten like an ultimate afterwards. Like Skull Greymon kind of goes to Machine Dramon nowadays. Metal Greymon of course gets War Greymon. Edamon has like a couple different things, right? Mamemon has Prince Mamemon or Bancho Mamemon, but Giramon doesn't really get much. I think he's underutilized, but he's a simple design. Maybe a couple little weird things tacked onto him, but he's a fun evil guy. And then our fourth Digivice, where we have Uramon. Uramon, I feel like he would be good to touch. I've always kind of liked this one. I feel like it would be nice to pet him. He's fuzzy. He's just in the games. He's usually just floating, which is kind of fun. And then Uramon goes into Tanemon. Tanemon is just a little seedling, little sapling guy. Love him. Love the fucking green plant Digimon. Feel like a lot of them look good. Right? Biomon. Biomon, I'm glad you're here. Not a huge Biomon guy. But people like Biomon. I don't know. It's such a weird little bird thing. I'm glad it exists. Yeah, Birdramon sucks, but Biomon's alright. I don't really have much on Biomon. Palmon, though. We'll put you up here. Palmon is super cool. You know, poison ivy attacks and just weird little plant gremlin. I don't know what's holding it back from being an S tier. Like what do I see in like Patamon that I don't see in Palmon? I think it's the show. Palmon gets less to do than Patamon, so it's just ingrained in my head less. But that's fine. Monochromon, another dinosaur Digimon that I'm just kind of no, that's so high for Monochromon. Monochromon, you honestly, you're fine. I like when you're there. I get sad when you're not in a thing, but I'm not off to use Monochromon. Not off to like think about Monochromon. He's fine. He's just a dinosaur. We like dinosaurs here. He's got a big pointy nose. Leomon. Everybody fucking loves Leomon, including me. Leomon is a peak design. He's big tiger man, Tony the Tiger looking ass. But he's a lion, but you know what I'm saying. Anthropomorphic cereal mascot ass, brass knuckles. He's a fucking justice guy. He dies in every season of the Digimon anime. It makes you sad as a kid. Coelamon. Coelamon looks yucky. He's supposed to be a weird fish thing. I don't like him. I don't like his feet. I don't like all this shit on him. He looks like he's in pain. Like this thing looks like you would want to kill it. So as like a bad guy Digimon, I get it, but I just don't like looking at you, dude. Nanimon, another Digimon I don't like looking at. Like he's like a drunk man. He's our fourth mistake Digimon, but I like Nanimon, right? I feel like he's funny. He's like always an alcoholic, or like he drinks too much soda. But he's gross though. I can't give him an S here because I don't feel like I want to be around a Nanimon. But I mean, a Numemon he probably smells bad, but he's lovable. Nanimon not lovable, but he's cool. He's fun. He's like a funny drunk like guy Digimon. I'm glad he exists. Kakatorimon is yuck. He's just a chicken, turkey, whatever. Boring. Delete him. I get rid of him. Kuwagamon, the iconic first bad guy you fight in the Digimon show. He's he's way cooler than Kabuterimon, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that people think the other way. Like, look at him. Look at his big fucking pinchers. Look at his cool. Look, He's doing everything, but he just looks a little cooler. Like they're very similar Digimon. Like if you put them like, you see like exactly what they're up to. But Kuwagamon's way cooler. He's red. Red is cooler. Mojimon, what the fuck are you supposed to be? You're just a dude. You're like I have like an uncle that looks just like this, and I think that makes me kind of it gets me away from Mojimon. Supposed to be like an icy like abominable snowman thing. I've never liked this guy. He looks just too weird, too yucky. Not like a guy I'd want to hang out with. And then we have our ultimates. We have Megadramon. Megadramon, he read. He's got he's got technical mumbo jumbo. He's like an Airdramon kind of guy. Or he's got like living missiles. I'm glad he exists, but he's not my favorite. He's paired with like Machine Dramon usually. He's like an evil cyborg fucking dragon, which is cool, but I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know what it is that I don't like. I can't really put it. I think it's I don't like his hands that are just like he doesn't really have hands, like missile launchers. So how's he gonna do anything? I don't like that he just has like a tail. Eh, he's copying Greymon's cool mask. I don't know. He just feels lame to me. Now Digitamon, the evolution of Nanimon, is so cool. He's just an egg, but it's like, what's in that egg? And that's a mystery, and he's so strong, and he's just one of those. He's simple. You see his like weird green feet. He goes into like Titamon, I think nowadays is sort of the bit. I don't really know. He's got a couple. There's this Digitamon evolution. There's this weird egg thing. What the fuck is that? Digitamon evolution. Where is it? No. I don't know. No, that thing. Devitamon. This thing is fucking weird looking. And I like that. I like that he can turn into that. And that's kind of cool. But this, I think I would rate that thing lower than this because I think this like the simplicity, like the lovely hidden little guy in an egg is just fun. Just a fun design. And our cute little guy is Piximon. Piximon is funny. Piximon's funny. I like that he's like really strong, but he's just a little fucking fairy thing. I'm glad he exists, so he gets a B from me. I just don't often like. I love Piximon. He's again. I think a Digimon that doesn't get much love. I feel like Megidramon and Digitamon get way more love than Piximon. Like Piximon doesn't really get shit. It's just I don't know. It's just he's fine. I like his spear, but I don't think of again. I don't. It's not a Digimon I come back to a lot. That I'm like, yes, this design is sick. I think they're just like, oh, here's wings and a spear and some shit on a little guy, and that's fine. You kind of dressed up a little ball, which you've done already. At this point, the little ball thing is getting like boring. And then on to our last Digivice and our last couple of Digimon. And these ones I feel like you see less and less of. These are not like as common. So we have Zurumon. He's a little fucking grease thing. He's fine. I don't think about this Digimon ever. Again, it's probably because these not in Digimon World 1. And he especially is just whatever. He's just a whatever baby. And he goes into Pagumon. Now Pagumon I love a lot. Pagumon's great. He featured really heavily in Digimon World DS as like a character you hang out with. I've always liked this design. Like he just smoked the ganja. He's just a cute little pet, and he can go into Gazimon or the little fucker. We'll talk about you, but we'll talk about Gazimon first. Gazimon's cool. I think he's a great rookie. I would almost give him S tier, but he's just a little like generic evil for me. I don't know. He's a little generic evil. He's fine with that, but he's cute. I like the like cuteness of it. I don't know. I like how evil he is. He's simple, but he's just missing some fucking some spice. He's no fucking Leomon. He's no Patamon. Look at Patamon, little mean ass Digimon. He's not as prominent. Doesn't get as much. So again, maybe that's weighing into why I'm not liking him as much. But who knows? And then Gizamon. Gizamon's kind of lame. I'll say I don't get the orange fur on like a frog. Why does a frog have fur? Think about how he stinks. I get he's like evil. All these Digimon are evil now in this Digivice. But, eh. Now, Dark Tyrannomon. Dark Tyrannomon, our first champion of this one, is just cool. He's the cooler Tyrannomon. The Tyrannomon that I tell you not to talk about. Like, he's sick. I love the fucking belts and metal tipped claws, and he's just everything Tyrannomon. He's just more personality. Devidramon. Devidramon is just everything I like keep saying I don't like, where they over fucking mess this guy full of belts and edges, and he's like a lizard thing. I don't get it. I don't. He's got like a skull and multiple eyes, and he's got all the shit you're supposed to be like. I don't know where to focus my eye at looking at this guy. He's just belt city over here. Gross. Flymon. Flymon's boring. Flymon is lame. I like the eyes on his wings. You may not have noticed, but he's just a yucky bug. He's just evil bug. It's very bland and like simple, but not simple in like a cool way. Just simple in like a boring way. Raremon. Raremon's sludge. He's probably my least favorite of the failed things, like the failed Digivolutions. I'm glad he exists, but Vegemon, Nanimon, Sukamon, Nunum, right? Those are all cool. Like all cooler than him. Like he just looks gross. Raremon is gross. He's not rare. Yeah, that's a joke. Look at his original sprite too. I just want to point this out. What is this? What the fuck is this? What are we looking at? I don't know. Like I just would not be happy if I got one of these. Cyclomon. Cyclomon is Devidramon, but we cleaned it up a little, and with that he gets a B. He's like cool enough. I'm not the hugest fan. I like his one eye. He's still got a lot going on. Like why's he got one big claw and the metal tip tail, and he looks like really veiny. But he's not Devidramon. He's better than that. Tuskmon. Tuskmon's kind of cool, and I'm tired of pretending Tuskmon's not. I really like Tuskmon. Like, well, yeah, we could bump up Tuskmon one because Tuskmon is cool. He's just a cool dinosaur. I feel like he's going for that Tyrannomon thing, but he's maybe Monochromon more. I love his skull tattoo. He's pretty simple. Just he's Tuskmon. He's got big tusks. Look at these. Which tusks shouldn't they be in your mouth? I don't know, but I like he's a cool evil Digimon. And then Deltamon. Deltamon, I actually adore. I love Deltamon so much. I love he's simple. Well, he's not that simple. He's got two tails, three heads. That like his other two heads are arms. He's got this weird symbol, but I've always loved like the fucking three-headed dragon kind of thing. And this three-headed dinosaur is sick. He's got his robot skull and normal head. I feel like he doesn't get enough. He doesn't get really anything, but he's fucking cool looking. He is if you're a kid and you see this, you're like, that's sick. Yeah, I think he's just mm, Deltamon's so cool. Then our final three are ultimates. Metal Tyrannomon. Now, Metal Tyrannomon, I've never like I've never been a huge fan. I don't know. I get we want to do a metal one and everything. There's always gonna be metal on some shit, but Tyrannomon just it feels like you're doing a lot here again. You're just strapping so much shit onto him. Like he's a fine dinosaur, or like he looks cool, edgy, but meddling him up, it's just so much. It's just so much fucking wires and cables, and maybe you like that. I can see, but I get stressed out looking at him. So And then our Raremon evolution, X Tyrannomon. I love X Tyrannomon. He's not a Digimon I feel like that shows up in much, but he is the kind of like Monzemon toyification of Tyrannomon. You know, I feel like I give these failed evolutions a lot of credit with Edamon, Digitamon, and X Tyrannomon, but he's I don't know. He's kind of fun. He's like a puppet Digimon is what they would be called later, where he's just like, oh, he's a little thing in this shell of a Tyrannomon plush, which is cool. I think it's fun. It's a fun concept. He's like fun looking. And then Datamon. Datamon is a great look. He's like a little circuit, you know? He's got their little shell and all your little wires. And I kind of like him a lot. I think he's like a cool ultimate. He's I love the brokenness of him. I like he shows up in a lot of things as like either a bad guy or kind of something they have to ask for help to help solve a fucking problem. Like he's digital, right? He's very digital. I feel like not a lot of these Digimon relate to computer things. I think Andromon, but he's a robot and actually like digital, and it feels cool. He's your little guy of this one, and I don't think he's like one of the greatest things ever, but I would be I think about him. I think he's cool. I love him. Like looking at him, and that's it. We have our S tiers up here, our fucking sick nasty Digimon, followed by our A tiers. Are I like you, I respect you, but you're just not often thought about. Your B tiers, your averages. You're like, yeah, that I'm glad you exist. Your C tiers, where I'm like, yeah, do something more, maybe. Like you're fine, but you could be better, or you're just not doing it for me. And your D tiers, your yuckoids, you're fucking. I'm fine without you. I really don't like these Digimon, but that's the first original V-Pets, and like there's more V-Pets. We could talk about more Digimon. I don't know. There's a lot more things we could do with this. I just think a tier list would be a fun, simple video. Just talk about some Digimon, look at the originals. Like, look, this is it. When Digimon came out, these were the ones. Right? So, I've been the Blue Raspberry Gamer. If you want more of this, let me know. Like, there's Cumulos has like all the fucking V-Pads. We could do this with every one of them, but a lot of them, the next thing would be the Pendulum series. Let's go to the Pendulum original and but not the user manual. But look at this. There's a lot of like overlap. Now there's a lot of new Digimon, but there are some overlap. So I don't know how this would go. We could do a different video talking about that. But they get the megas and stuff. I don't know. That would be a different. That's a different. Maybe there's not as much overlap as I thought. So we'll see. But maybe we could do another video, all the Digimon introduced in the Pendulum lines. But for now, here's the original VPET Digimon. Here's my thoughts on them. I thought this was fun. If you want more of this, comment down below. If you want less of this, comment down below. But I've been Blue Raspberry Gamer. You've been the Watchers. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.